Hello, my name is Bernice. I sew a lot of slipcovers, and I do also some cushions for upholstery work. When you're making a slipcover, you usually will be using a covered welt, a covered cord, to accent the seams. It's a decorative element, sometimes, especially if you use a contrast to the fabric you're using, but it's also an important structural element. It stabilizes the seams, and it makes for a much sturdier seam and a much sturdier final product. So we're going to pretend this is a cushion that I've started cording around, and now I'm coming back and I need to join these. So start here. So we've pretended that we've gone all the way around the cushion. We're coming to the end. As I approach a corner, I'm going to make some slashes so that I can flex this around the corner. And I get to a 1/2 inch turn. Have this down. So now I've got an overlap here. The easiest, and I think sturdy way to do this, do a few more stitches. I'm pausing about 2 inches, 2.5 inches before my join, and I've left this tail when I started. So I lay them on top of each other, and I know I'm going to stitch them together with a perpendicular seam. So I'm going to do a 1/2 inch seam allowance. So a 1/2 inch, and then I need another 1/2 inch here. So I cut this piece 1 inch with a 1 inch overlap. It's a 1/2 and a 1/2. So now I've got a nice 1 inch. I have to open up these seams. Open up this one. So I've got room to work. Pull the cord out, pull the cord out. Now I lay these two on top of each other with the cut edges together, and I'm going to stitch a 1/2 inch seam. Let's hold that together. I'm going right at the 1/2 inch mark. Okay, they're together. Press this open. You want to spread the bulk around. So that's going to look nice like that. What to do with the cord? I know some people cut it and then tape it. They keep some Scotch tape or masking tape always at their sewing table. I think a better idea is to have these things overlap, but there's too much bulk here. So what I do over this 1 inch is I taper one like this, and I'm taking away about 1/2 of it, and I bring this over and I taper from this side. So I've removed, with a taper on this side, I've removed material with a taper on that side. So when they come together, I have about the same amount of cotton as I did originally. So I don't have extra bulk there. I've got the extra bulk of the fabric, but I don't want extra cotton or cording bulk. So I lay them on top of each other, bring this around, push it into the edge, and now I can stitch it closed. So there's our seam, and the seam is here. We've kept it consistent with the thickness of our other welt, even though there will be a little extra bulk because of the orange fabric that the seam allowance that has gone around. But it's a good look. So that is one way to do it. Another way to do it, I'm going to cut this end off. I have another little piece started here. Started here. I want to make sure that we're lined up on our 1/2 inch seam allowance. All right, as I'm going to start with the needle down, pull this up, I'm going to slash as I'm approaching my corner. You have to go pretty slow on this. All right. Sometimes you just do like 1 stitch at a time. So I'm stopping my needle a 1/2 inch from this edge. So I can pivot, bring it around. And I'm going to stop again with some room to work in here. So I'll stop. All right. This time we had an overlap of one inch because we were doing a 1/2 inch seam allowance. This time I want to do a seam on the diagonal, which will reduce bulk even more. So I'm not sure. I usually allow about 2.5 inches or so for this. I'm going to open them up. I'm going to open up a little more this time. We need a little more space to work. I'm going to take a couple of pins. I'm going to go 1 inch in for the overlap. I'm going to put it's about 3/4. So there we are. It's about 1 inch for there. And I'm going to mark the same point on both pieces, because I know on this outer edge that's what I need to have meet. So this comes across. Now I want to have these sewn perpendicular to each other. Last time I sewed them together with a straight seam, and now I'm going to do a diagonal seam. This go here, this comes out. So I'm putting these two pieces together 90 degrees offset, but I do need my pins to be in the same place. So I am here keeping them. So there's my under welt. It's going in this direction. My upper welt is going here. And my little pins have marked where everything needs to match. And I need to go through this point once I've got them here. This is the point that I know everything has to be. I'm going to stitch from this corner to this corner. Check to make sure it fits well. Something's holding me back. Right. Check. All right. See, it's going to fit nicely. Check before you trim. So I can trim this off. You hate to trim everything away and then realize you stitched it wrong and now you don't have enough fabric to work with. I'm going to just thumb press this open. Once that's open, I can overlap my cords themselves. And again, I'm going to do a taper cut on the cotton, because I don't want, what I don't want is I don't want the cord to just butt like this, because if there's any pull or any stress on that, that cord will pull apart and then you'll have an empty cording. The way we do the diagonal, or the diagonal cuts, if I were to pull on this, this is the other one I did, the cotton cording will just separate a little like this. If I butt it, when it separates, it'll go this and I'll have a gap. So, again, I'm cutting on the diagonal, put them together, cut the next one on the diagonal. All right, lay them in together, make everything nice and smooth. I think we're done. So, there we have it. So this has moved our seam allowances across over a distance. So part of the seam allowance is here, part of the seam allowance is there. So I don't have very much bulk. This technique is really nice when you have very bulky fabric. If you're just working in cotton, this technique where we just do a straight works just fine and is actually so much easier to work with. So on a routine basis, this is the closure I always use. With bulkier fabric, I will use this diagonal closure. But both of them are looking good. This one is here, this one is here. It eliminates bulk. And an important part of this whole technique is to diagonal cuts on your cord so that they don't separate. If I pull on this, I still have cotton through my whole distance. So that's it. 2 little quick techniques. I hope you try them, and I hope you have success with them. Good to see you.